So, what if I told you the secret to getting more done isn't about working harder or longer hours? What if it's actually about working less? Today, we're diving into a really simple technique that's designed to beat one of the biggest, sneakiest obstacles to our own productivity.
Come on, you know the feeling, right? We've all been there. You sit down to do just one little thing and then you look up and poof, the entire afternoon is just gone. You've been busy for sure, but you haven't really been productive. Well, it turns out there's actually a name for this whole frustrating experience.
And here's our villain, Parkinson's Law. It's this simple but kind of mind-blowing universal truth. Basically, if you give yourself a whole day to complete a task, guess what? It's going to take the whole day. It's the reason those little jobs can just balloon into these huge time-sucking monsters.
But don't worry, there is a hero in this story. The solution is a super effective technique that's designed specifically to defeat Parkinson's Law and let you take back control of your day. And it's called timeboxing.
So what is timeboxing? Really? Let's break down how this one simple idea can completely flip your whole approach to getting things done.
At its core, timeboxing is just incredibly simple. You decide before you even start how much time a task is going to get. And when that time is up, you stop. That's it. It completely shifts your goal from just, working until a task feels done to making the absolute best progress you can within a fixed, realistic window of time.
And this right here, this shows the huge mental shift. I mean, a vague to-do list item like work on the presentation, that's just a recipe for procrastination, right? But when you create a time box, it's totally different. It becomes a specific appointment with that task. You're turning a vague intention into a real commitment that you're way more likely to actually keep.
Okay, so why is this simple little change so powerful? Let's get into the core benefits you get just by putting a box around your time.
Well, first, it forces you to focus. I mean, when you know that clock is ticking, you get this jolt of urgency and you just naturally start cutting out distractions. Second, you stop overworking things. No more perfectionism paralysis. You do what's important in the time you have instead of endlessly tweaking tiny details. And finally, it makes you prioritize. You have to decide what really matters because you're dedicating your most valuable resource, your time, to it.
All right, let's look at a real-world example where this can have a massive impact. The dreaded time-wasting meeting. We can absolutely make them better.
Here is your 4-step playbook. First, give every single thing on the agenda its own strict time limit. Second, put a timer up where everybody can see it. This keeps everyone honest. Third, and this is so crucial, when the time is up, it is up. You move on, no extensions. And finally, you always save the last 5 minutes specifically to figure out clear action items, so everybody leaves the room knowing exactly what to do next.
And in practice, it looks something like this. See how clean that is? No single topic can hijack the entire conversation. The discussion is forced to be tight and productive because every single part of that meeting, from the updates to the brainstorming, has its own specific defined slot.
Okay, so we've covered the what and the how, but let's dig into the why. What's actually happening in our brains that makes this technique so dang effective? Well, it really all comes down to the science of urgency.
Yeah, it all comes down to the simple power of a visible deadline. That ticking clock creates a healthy sense of urgency that's actually good for you. It gives you a clear starting point, which just kills procrastination before it can even start. It forces your brain to block out all the noise and commit to the one thing you're supposed to be doing. It's a simple psychological nudge that makes you respect your own time and use it way more efficiently.
So now we get to the most important part. It's your turn to actually put this into action, and I've got a really simple challenge for you.
Here's the challenge. Just try it once. That's it. Pick one task you need to do today, set a realistic but firm time box for it. Maybe it's 25 minutes, maybe it's 90. Then start a timer and commit to working only on that task until that alarm goes off. Just see what happens.
Because when you do it, I think you'll honestly be amazed at what you can achieve. Stop giving your work infinite time and start giving it your focused attention. You might just get more done than you ever thought possible. Go ahead. Give it a try.